On a short week, and we had a couple good days that you guys, were able to watch, and so that's kind of where I was, and decided to do that and give us a chance to evaluate some other players.
Big picture, state of the team. How do you feel about this roster going into the regular season with a preseason review now?
Well, again, we're going to continually try to, strengthen the roster every way we can. There's a couple options, right? You can, try to trade for players. You could try to claim some players next week. So, again, we're always going to be trying to strengthen the roster, and that's what we'll try to do here over the course of the next 10 days.
Mike, your thoughts on the joint practices, the preseason games, and the training camp, and where you're at now as you get ready for the season?
Well, I think it's a good example. Where we're at, again, is still building and developing. But you can see when we were able to do these things in other games, that happened to us tonight, we're able to win, and so it's a clear and easy example to show the team that when we give up X plays or we have penalties on defense, that's going to lead to scores and touchdowns. When we can't get into drives, we're gonna struggle, and then obviously the turnovers. When we turn the football over, we give up big plays on defense. So it'll be easy to teach from, just to show where we were in other games and then where we were tonight.
Mike, what are you happiest with, over the course of the last month from your first practice where you are tonight?
I think that's probably a tough question right now. Disappointed with just, how we played or executed. But I think that the guys, I think that there's glimpses of, football in which we'd like to play it, and continuing to improve each day. We're so far from being where we need to be, and just trying to get that message across, stringing one good day together, putting another day together. So we've got 4 big days this week that we'll really have to work.
Kicking wise, how do you feel Andy is hitting the ball?
Well, I think he's hitting the ball okay. I think that we needed to try to, we expect to make those kicks, and we'll just have to kind of see where this thing plays out. Again, we got 2 kickers that we have a lot of faith in, and I think he, again, swung it pretty well. I just don't think that it went in. It wasn't, obviously straight enough. Last week's was just disappointed in the operation, in the manner in which he, got out there in a timely fashion and kind of rushed it. So, that I thought improved. But we didn't make the one we needed to make, the long one tonight.
So a lot of peppers out there. Was that just because he hadn't played in the preseason yet, or something else behind the playing time there?
Well, no, just again, we got to have 11 out there, but wanted to see him play with Craig alongside. He's played a couple. Pep's played a couple different spots, and wanted to just see him play safety alongside Craig. He's played some in nickel. He's played some in the box on third down. He's played some different places, and really where we, tonight wanted to see him was alongside Craig, playing safety exclusively.
Same thing with Keon. We saw a lot of Keon in the first half. Why is he on the field, whereas other guys who've been starters or first-team guys not out there?
Because I decided and talked to Keon and wanted to see him work on some things and continue to develop and try to continue to improve. And he was excited about playing. He wanted to play more. That's kind of our whole job, is to be ready to play and prepared until told otherwise. So, just trying to work on some things that we had been talking about and do it in game action.
Mike, we asked about Kyle Duggar about a week ago, what he could do to see more top reps. I think he said something effective, continue to learn, progress. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, I think that he's, continued to take advantage of the opportunities and the reps, and I think he's feeling more comfortable. We talked about a long rehab process in the offseason that he committed to, but it wasn't, wasn't a quick rehab process. He had surgery, and so I think that he's gotten better. I think he's improved. I think he's feeling better. It looks like he's feeling better on tape, and so that's good to see. Those are all positive things. Making a play, 2 interceptions. I thought he, I thought he flashed. I thought he triggered. I thought he tackled. thought his length showed up, all these things. And we didn't blitz anybody tonight. We didn't do any of that, but just playing in our base scheme, and those things I thought showed up tonight.
Mike, is there anything important the next 4 days just sort of to keep in mind before what happens on Tuesday?
Well, I mean, we put a lot into this, into the players and getting to know them, and, you know, the roster is going to change, and that's part of the business that we're in, and we always, you know, want to make those transactions as respectful as possible, and but that's part of the game, and that's kind of the life we've chosen. So there'll be some conversations that we'll have with players over the next few days, and we will keep those obviously very respectful, and you know, hopefully some of those guys can either end up back on our team or, you know, somebody else's.
Mike, there was a report today that Jalen Pope will have to have season-ending shoulder surgery. Can you add anything to that?
No.
I know you said that.
I don't know, other than I'd like to find out where some of these come from. You know, some of these rats around here, so we'll figure that out.
I know you said that you wanted to, or that you were going to finalize the offensive line once it becomes clear. How do you feel the competition at left guard is going? Do you feel that you guys are nearing a decision?
Full disclosure, I had that conversation with Zolak just earlier today, so I don't think any time from the time that I talked about it today with him till now has gotten any clearer. But if it does, I'll let you know.
Sorry, it was
No, I know. That's okay. That's why I was telling you. I only made that comment to him 8 hours ago.
That's a pregame interview.
Okay, pregame interview. Sorry.
Mike, what encourages you about this team? You know, obviously tonight was not what you were looking for, but where you're at now, what do you think going into this regular season? What do you like about your football team?
I think that we started to have an identity. I think that we, you know, again, you have to put it on tape each and every day. And I thought that, you know, we were heading in the right direction, and it doesn't matter who you play in this league. It's got to come from your team. You know, your team has to look a certain way, whether it's the first string guys or the guys that are trying to build some depth and be, you know, multiple position backups or whatever that special teams players, role players, you know, that has to carry through. So, you know, I liked where we were starting to go defensively and having some, you know, showing some glimpses of the team defense. I liked our ability to take it. I thought our special teams units had done some nice things. We didn't have as many opportunities tonight. You know, and there'll be some young players that I'm excited about that maybe we haven't heard a whole lot from that are continuing to improve.
Last question.
Mike, speaking of left guard, it seems like Caden cross-trained less than some of the other guys. Any reason or thinking behind that?
Well, we'd always hoped that he would be in that competition. Got injured, missed a few days, and came back. So gave him a large opportunity there at left guard today. That's kind of where he was starting to make strides, I think, in the offseason. And, you know, we'll just continue to coach him. And, you know, he's gotten reps at other places in practice. And, you know, maybe that hasn't shown up as much in the games.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Safe travel.
Thanks, Mike.
Jeremiah Webb here now. Ben Woolridge will be here next.
Exciting, you made some plays today. How good did that feel though for you?
It felt good, just being able to continue to inspire those where I come from. You know, that's the main goal when I step on that field.
What was the jumping in the crowd? What led to that?
I already had it made up since the first preseason game. I said, if I get in that end zone, I'm Lambeau leaping. It's always been a dream of mine, so that was the first selling.
What was it like to live out the dream?
It was awesome, man.
Jeremiah, what do you think you've improved the most since the start of camp?
Really just being able to come out here and compete on a high level. I know I always had it in me. I've always been an underdog. So it just felt good to finally be able to prove myself.
What did you see on a return? You guys had a multitude of returns, whether it was Gibson a couple of weeks ago, obviously Henderson first play of the preseason. But how did that sort of take shape for you? What did you see?
What you mean?
Return. Did you have a nice return up the middle?
You saying like what I see on the field?
Was it a planned return, middle return, or you just trying to
It really, man, it be God out there, God and instincts. I just go out there and move off instinct.
Pretty good. So,
Yeah, first time doing them.
it's good.
For those watching at home and that watch the game, can you explain just sort of where you came from?
Oh man, I'm from Chicago. Family from the south side of Chicago. Grew up on the west side, but man, I know they proud of me right now. Like I said, just being able to continue to inspire them and get them hope, and knowing that man, we could make it from nothing.
And what is, your expectations now? Tuesday's certainly a big day, but kind of you're closer and closer to your dream. What's going to be your mindset as you get ready?
Same thing. Continue to prepare how I've been preparing, and just leaving in God's hands.
Camp can be a grind, but was it nice to be able to make a play toward the end of the preseason here and sort of top it off?
Yeah, I told you I wanted the Lambeau Leap. So, yeah, it felt good to finally Lambeau Leap.
What's it been like to play for Coach Vrabel? What's he been like with you?
Awesome, man. I love Coach Vrabes. It's never no gray area with him. That's what I love the most. I come talk to him if I want to. Just him being so interactive with us. That's what I pretty much love the most.
Yeah, and I noticed after the touchdown he came over, shook your hand. What did he say to you also? But it looked like he was saying some things to you even then about what you were doing.
I was getting a lot of, they called me Snowball. So I just all I was hearing was Snowball, Snowball.
You had a chance to check your phone yet?
I did. A lot of them from people back home. Like I said, just letting me know how proud they is of me. I'm receiving a lot of love right now, man.
One thing you can't coach, and that's speed. If things don't work out here, but with having a relationship with coach and all the other players, potential even a practice squad, would you be excited about that?
Like I said, it's all in God's hands. So whatever the future may hold for me, then so be it. I'm grateful for whatever opportunity come my way.
How much fun has this been for you? It looks like you're kind of on cloud nine now.
A lot of fun, man. Like I said, man, I'm living out the dream. The odds that I done had to beat to get to where I am now, man, they've been slim to none. So just finally being able to get here and, like I say, show those where I come from that we could do this, man, I'm having a blast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
God bless.
What can you tell us about Jeremiah Webb? Seems like he's a kind of a character.
He's the best person ever. He's awesome. Like, if you ever need to laugh, if you need somebody to talk to, like, go to Webby. That dude's awesome. And honestly, he went to South Howell, which is a rival of UL. So, like, at first I wouldn't talk to him. But then, right, get to know him through OTAs, get to know him through the couple weeks we had off. And he's, like, the best dude ever. Just great personality and great football player.
What you've been through in these 3 preseason games and through training camp, how much hungrier are you to get into the NFL here and establish yourself?
More than ever, but I don't think that ever changed because right from the start I was hungry, right? Like, get an opportunity, run with it, and yeah.
How much have you enjoyed being part of the quarterback room that you are?
I've enjoyed it a lot. Drake's an awesome guy. Dobbs is awesome. Dobbs has seen it all, been through it all. Any question, anything that comes up, go to Dobbs and he'll have an answer.
Was Mom able to make it?
Mom was here. Yes, sir. Of course. She flew in, left this morning, Cali at 6. Got here about right before the buses were leaving at what time? 4. She got to the hotel at like 4, saw her for 10 minutes, and then we're on the bus and saw her just right there.
Do you have any, obviously, it's going to be a tough week for everyone. Do you have any thoughts before Tuesday?
I think, shoot, you look too far ahead, you'll kill yourself, right? Or like, not, that was bad. You look too far ahead, it'll eat you alive, right? Like, so just take one day at a time and see what happens.
Awesome.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yep.